Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Am I picking up some background there?
Just some background.
Just some background?
Yeah.
That's slightly awkward.
Just slightly.
Well, it's fun that way though.
Oh yeah. So much.
Yeah.
Hi everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Brothers in Arms podcast. We are your brothers in arms. My name is Patrick. The guy over there in the semi-dark, that's Greg. Hey Greg.
Like the darkness. Good evening.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
My old friend.
Oh, and then
there's
yep.
There's Caroline.
with his lady. Hi, Caroline. Brandy says hi too.
Say hi.
Hi. Hi. Oh, so precious.
Yeah. We're also recording,
Oh,
Yeah.
just so you know.
Do you see? Can you say hi?
Hi.
Oh, she says hi.
Can you tell them what's on your jammies? What's that?
She just said hi.
What's that?
What's on your jammies?
Is that an owl? What's an owl? What's an owl say? There we go.
Yes, it does. Who? Oh,
Yeah.
awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we do this. We do this for family. And we want to welcome you to what we're doing here. This is our weekly podcast. Bye, sweet
Say
girl.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Latest bye. But we're not saying goodbye to you all. It's just night time for Miss Caroline. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Brothers in Arms podcast. This is episode 80 on the World Wide Web. Kind of blows my mind considering we've been doing this now for almost 2 years. 2 years coming up.
It's official. We have been doing this for 2 years.
We've crested the 2-year mark. So
We have passed the 2-year mark.
rock and roll. It's good stuff. A lot has happened in 2 years. My goodness. How old is Caroline now? 2?
2.
Yeah. So there you go.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
You all right there, Greg?
I don't have headphones. I plugged them back in. Give me 1 second. I
Okay.
might be talking over you. If I am, I apologize.
You're
That's
fine.
fine.
We just asked you how you're doing.
Uh-oh. Come on.
You're...
No, there's that. There's the speakers.
Uh-oh.
There's the headphones. Now they're plugged in.
She's now.
Oh,
Aw.
there we go.
And
it works. Yay!
Hooray.
Discord's fun.
Oh, isn't
It
it
likes
though?
to. So it recognizes every single output that is plugged into your computer.
Yeah.
So it picks up my headphones, the speakers on my computer, the camera, the USB camera that I use to stream has speakers on it. And something else, I'm not sure what it is. It might be my microphone, which would be really interesting. I think my microphone has a headphone out as well.
No way.
Yeah, it's a fancy microphone.
So fancy.
Yeah, it's that Amazon special. But sure enough, if you unplug what you were connected to for your output and then you plug it back in, it doesn't know what to do. It just goes, well, I'm going to use this one. No, that's not what we want. We want to be connected headphones.
Yes. He's so fancy.
Fancy.
He already knows.
Oh, yes.
No. Oh,
But,
oh yes.
oh, yes. Oh, yeah. But yeah, no, PT. We actually, so September the 9th, I think, or the 10th. One of those 2 days. I have to look it up. But that was actually the first day we podcasted.
We're 2 years old. Yeah.
So we are officially, we've been doing this for 2 years.
Not quite potty trained, and yet we're still pushing on. Let's go.
Amen.
Oh, boys. So how's it going? We didn't meet this week. No, we haven't. Yes. No.
No.
Last time we met was on the 1st.
Yeah. It's been a couple days.
Wow. That's right. Because it was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So how's it going?
We tired, boys.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it in all three of our faces. Oh man.
I'm playing the adjustment game. So
Adjustment. What are you adjusting?
yeah, I was on nights and now I'm back on days for a little bit. Yeah. So it's like, hey, I know you got used to your sleep schedule, sleeping in the morning and then coming in the evening and working until, 11 to 1 a.m. But come back in the morning this week. Okay.
Okay. So we kind of have an understanding, just a little bit of what. No, can't do that. So your sleep schedule's getting jacked up. That's just rough, man. I mean, Alex over there though, he has no sleep schedule.
He just doesn't sleep.
He just doesn't sleep.
No. I can wax poetically all day about, oh no, like my sleep schedule's messed up because I had to switch from one shift to another. Meanwhile, boy over here will stay up for 2 days straight, not because he wants to, but because he has to.
That's right. Yeah, I'm over here belly aching because I didn't get 8 hours last night. And Alex is like, I didn't get 8 hours in a week.
Yeah, in the last 4 days, I can count on 2 hands the amount of hours of sleep I've gotten.
Yikes, man. Yeah,
Normally for me, if I'm lucky, I'll get in bed. I'd like to get in bed by 10, but normally what ends up happening is it's usually about 11:30 when I go to sleep at when I'm on day shift, and then my alarm goes off at 4:30. Yay!
You go to bed at 10, you get up at 4:30.
Yep.
Dude, I wouldn't function.
Yeah. No, that's
coffee.
Yeah. Caffeine is my friend.
Yeah.
It's mine too. I still wouldn't function.
Yeah. I can do it. So like I said, the worst. Alex knows this.
Yep.
Sometimes you have to. The worst I ever did on deployment, I went 3 days straight without sleeping.
No.
And that's. I'll tell you right now, sleep deprivation is a real thing.
Yeah.
You really do start seeing sounds or seeing colors and hearing seeing colors and hearing seeing sounds and hearing colors.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, exactly. Just like that.
The sounds.
I see.
Are alive.
With the sound of music.
No, really, they're alive. Run away.
So there was a game show that was running for a while that was called Awake, where essentially you stayed awake for 24 hours and you had to complete a set of, mental and physical challenges. And if you beat everybody else, you won $1 million.
What?
Yeah. So all my buddies and I saw that, we looked at it, and we're like, yeah, I'll take my millions in 10s and 20s, please.
Right. Child's play, huh? Yikes.
Yeah, you ever started up a nuclear reactor on maybe an hour of sleep a couple days ago? Yeah.
All of the instructions, they said. It'll be fine, they said.
That's right.
Nope.
Yeah. So Alex is on a boat. Not right now. But
No.
Alex he's on a boat.
Not right now.
Not right now. And yeah, God bless you, man.
Nice.
So 2 days ago was 9/11.
Yes, it was.
20 years. We've been memorializing this date, and we continue to remember. We will never forget. All three of us were alive during that time when when the strike hit. I remember I was in Owensboro. Actually, all three of us were in Owensboro.
We were in
We're in Owensboro.
I was doing my sophomore year of college. I was living with mom and dad and these two knuckleheads.
Yep.
I was working at Target at the time.
There's
Yay,
poo in the
Target.
trash can.
There's poo in the trash can. I don't know what episode that is, but you can go back to that one. But anyways,
I forgot that story. That's what was funny.
I remember waking up late because my classes weren't until like 11, and
So
coming
nice.
in and yeah, it was beautiful. But coming in the living room and turning on the television, and I turned it on after the first plane had hit,
hmm
and so they're covering it, and actually watched on live television as a second plane hit the second tower. But
Yep.
man, the generation before us will talk about how they knew where they were, or they can remember where they were, what they were wearing, what they were doing when JFK was shot. And it's kind of the same mentality for me. For us, for those of us who were alive when 9/11 actually happened. So
hmm
I don't know, man. A lot of people keep saying, we should be the America that we are every time on 9/11. The coming together and the gonna get it done and gonna help each other and stepping it up. And mom and dad were officers at the time, and so we were in the church that night, prayer meeting and everything else just coming together. And I remember just frantically driving to go pick people up for this prayer meeting. But yeah, I don't know. Did that have any effect on you guys when it came to, joining the military or anything like that? Or was it just, I don't know. Have we talked about that? Why
I
you
think we've
joined?
I think yeah, we've touched on it. Um I know for me, I mean, the there was definitely in the back of my mind because I saw a lot of my peers because I mean by that point when it I was in 8th grade, so I'd have been what 12 going on 13
Mm.
when you know when 9/11 actually happened. And I do, just like you said, Patrick. I remember I was actually on my way. Alex and I both actually, because I think we were both in the band, and we were on our way to band class. And I was walking to the band hall or band room on the far side of the school, and one of my friends ran up next to me. He was like, "Hey, did you hear like some plane crashed in New York City?" And we went. And we had rehearsal, and then the rest of my day, by the time we finished with band class and I'd gotten to my next class, um, all my teachers had basically said like, yeah, no, we're just watching the news. We're
Wow.
not, we're not, uh, we're not having class today.
Wow.
And I had a music appreciation class. Gosh, what was her last name? Alex, you might remember her. She was the choir teacher. Do you remember her?
The choir teacher.
She taught choir. And then she also taught a music appreciation class. She had the classroom with all the pianos, the MIDI pianos in it.
Yeah, I don't sing, so
That's true. I don't know if you remember her or not.
That's a new one.
But but something that she said specifically, it was her. I want to say it was Penhale, but it's not.
it was no, I don't remember that. The band teacher was Humphrey,
Yep, Mr. Humphrey.
and then Miss Humphrey taught band at the 5-6 Center,
Right.
and then
But
Keith Johnson was the assistant band director at the middle school.
but she said y'all's lives just this is your whole world is changing right now.
Mm.
And you need to watch this. you need to pay attention to this because
Wow.
your entire world is changing as we speak. So that sticks in my head. That was the biggest thing. But no, by the time I hit high school, the war obviously had, the war on terror had really kind of come into its own, and
Sure.
we were overseas. So that was 2006, and actually the Johnson boys, the two guys that we lifeguarded with, Newton, excuse me. Thank you, Alex. I see you shaking your head.
Well,
The
Yeah,
Newtons,
that's what I was shaking.
Josh and Justin Newton. Both of them had actually enlisted into the Marine Corps.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep. And they both went.
They're both out.
Yeah, they're both out now. It's weird, and I'm still doing this. I
Same.
don't know why. But no, they. Yeah, well, I think we're just too stubborn.
That too.
But there was a sense of like, there was that part of the motivation of service, that interest. But again, more than anything else for me, it was just I wasn't ready for college.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for college. I wasn't ready to go that route. I didn't want to go straight into school. I was looking for another option, and being in the music program was for the Marine Corps was my drive, getting that opportunity. Dad and I had a conversation when I was talking about enlisting, because he made a point, we we're at war. There is always a chance of you deploying.
Yeah.
And I thought long and hard about that, and I said, if it happens, I was a little naive at the time too, not realizing that, yes, I was in the band, but contrary to popular belief, the Marine Corps does deploy their bands, and they don't always go over and play instruments. It's not like they're out. It's not like they're out, kicking indoors. But they're definitely there's more than one Marine in the band that has a combat action ribbon.
Yeah.
Because they were on post, and things got interesting.
Yeah.
Growing up in the Marine Corps, spending all that time, things did change for me too, though. By the time I was, I'd finished that first 4 years and I was in my early 20s, when I lat moved, actually that was one of the big drives of why I lat moved. I was like, I don't want to be a musician anymore. I wanted, I love the Marine Corps. I want to do something else in the Marines. I went to, when I first re-enlisted, and they're like, okay, you're going to go be a 6156 airframe mechanic, V-22s. I initially got told that I was going to stay at the band for potentially the next year plus, because there was no school seats. And I had learned that on-the-job training was a thing in the Marine Corps. If I could go to a new base, I could get with a unit and start learning my job before I went to school.
Okay.
And as luck would have it, the monitors, which in the Marine Corps, the monitors are basically like they're career planners.
Okay.
They help manage the populations within the individual jobs in the Marine Corps. So like when I was finishing up recruiting duty and I knew I wanted to come to Virginia, I called my monitor and I was like, hey, Mass Sergeant, like I'm finishing up my time on recruiting duty. This is where I want to go.
Right.
And that's how it works. So when I first re-enlisted, as luck would have it, the monitors were on the road show. They were traveling around the East Coast, visiting the different bases, and they happened to be coming to Parris Island. So I went to my monitor that day, showed up and said, "Hi, Master Sergeant. My name's Corporal Richmond. I need a job." And I told him two things. I said, I want to get into a unit. I want to actually start, like or more specifically, I want to go to the West Coast and I want to deploy. I want to get into a deployable unit. I want to get a chance to serve overseas. And that's how I ended up in California at VMM 161. And then it took me another 4, almost 5 years before I finally got with a squadron and was actually able to deploy.
Yeah.
So that was a wild experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was kind of how it happened.
Oh, the places you'll go in the Marine Corps.
Seriously.
Hooray.
I got a chance to go. It was interesting.
Technically, he's in the Navy.
Shh. No, I'm not. The men's department.
Just saying.
Why is my Uber driver yelling at me?
Why is my Uber driver yelling at me?
Welcome aboard, shipmate.
Salute the flag. I won't finish that one.
Nope. Please don't.
Family Channel.
Well, Greg had one thing wrong about his story with the two of us.
Okay.
We did not go to the same band class.
Okay.
Back in those days, they didn't separate you by musical ability, they separated you by grade.
Oh.
So, they had the 7th grade band, the 8th grade band, and then they also had a symphonic orchestra type thing, which was band and orchestra combined.
Fancy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
So, probably because you were not in the symphonic orchestra.
I wasn't cool enough.
They needed percussionists, so myself and my friend Heath Peach both joined.
Great name.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I think he's still in Owensboro, actually. But yeah, the two of us joined the Wind Symphony that year, and we were playing with all of the all of the violinists and a couple of baritone players, a couple of trumpets, a couple of things, right? It was a huge just mishmash of stupid.
I love mismatches of stupid.
It made no sense, but the orchestra teacher, none of us liked him, so honestly, Heath and I just spent the entire time throwing erasers and anything else we could from the back of the practice room at him. Yeah, I haven't liked orchestra since. But
his favorite class, if you can't tell.
Oh, it was great.
Oh, man.
Dude was just a jerk, but regardlessly.
Really? That bad?
Oh, he was terrible. He wore a tie.
Well, it's a class? Why not?
It's middle school.
Well, maybe he thought he was going places too.
Maybe, I don't know. Dude's probably a doctor by now or something.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Professional.
Irregardlessly. I had walked in.
Say that again.
Irregardlessly.
Good word.
Thank you.
It's like ROADs.
ROADs. Sorry, my vocabulary changed a little bit while I was underway. My apologies.
I'm not sure I want to hear all that, but
no, you don't.
You
You
don't.
probably he's got the switch turned off for the most part. I'm pretty sure.
I'm
Yeah.
so proud. So
Thanks.
proud.
I have to remember I turn mine off when I come home.
Yeah, it's been difficult today, I'm not gonna lie. Mainly because of the people that I've had to deal with while we've been underway.
I'm sorry to inform you, but irregardlessly is not a word.
I agree.
I had to look it up. Actually, I tried typing it, and it does not compute.
It does not.
That was the most terrible answer I have ever heard. And we were all dumber for listening to what you just said.
Yay!
May God have mercy on your soul.
That's right.
Well,
I
irregardlessly
award
of
you
that statement,
0 points.
He uses it again.
I'm gonna try to slip it in at some point in the conversation.
Yeah.
But continue.
Yes,
Uh,
please.
Samson says, I don't think that word means what you think it means.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything because it's not real. But irregardlessly.
Irregardlessly.
You know,
So-
to piggyback off what the petty officer said.
Yeah.
Irregardlessly.
Irregardlessly.
Thank you, Staff Sergeant.
Yeah. Oh, my cheeks. That's funny.
That's
So,
the best part about this conversation. Is I get to smile from ear to ear the whole time.
it's great, isn't it?
I love it.
I haven't been doing that for a week.
Oh.
Yay!
Yeah, that's why this is good mental health.
It is
Good
true.
mental health.
Amen.
So, but no, I actually didn't find out about the attacks until that class, which was basically, it started like right after the first plane hit. One of the girls that was in my grade, her name was Dylan Skinner, and she came in and she was visibly upset. And Heath and I kind of looked at each other. We're like, oh, sorry, almost let it slip. We what's going on? So we go talk to her, and she says, yeah, there's a plane that apparently missed, and it flew too low, and it flew into the World Trade Center. Flew into one of the towers. I've got an uncle that works out there, and no joke, literally, from hundreds or thousands of miles away, already minutes after that happened, we already feel the impact of it.
Yeah.
And it snowballed.
Wow.
So obviously the entire class, we're trying to convince the jerk of an orchestra teacher just to turn on the news so we can get some word or some answer about Dylan's uncle who works in the World Trade Center, because obviously the news is going to tell us that. And finally, after he realizes he's not going to get any training value out of this whatsoever, he lets us pack up our stuff and he turns it on. And like Greg said, literally after that, every single class, we're not doing anything, we're watching the news.
Yeah.
So it impacted my decision, to do what we did, but in all honesty, that decision was like 7 or 8 years down the road after that.
Right.
So it was still kind of a prevalent thought, because it wasn't up until recently that we were, still in the quote war on terror.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I originally joined to go and hang out with Greg.
No kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't originally, pick this job. Mom convinced me to pick this job,
Yeah.
which is kind of funny. So, but the recruiter that I got was actually a nuke, and I've run into him a couple of times in the fleet since then. He is now since made chief and retired.
Oh, no kidding. Wow.
Yeah. So we're friends on Facebook. So I get to see, pictures of him hunting with his kids. When I met him, 13 years ago now, he was unmarried. He was a second class, and he kept telling me, hey, if you're dating somebody, don't marry them until you go through one deployment. All right, make sure that they can handle themselves without you for a deployment, and then everything's gonna be fine. Well, I married my wife before my first deployment, and everything's going great.
That's
So,
right.
screw that guy.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
that's right. Stick it to the retired guy. There you go,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, jerk.
Yeah.
Shut up, Chief. So,
Oh, man.
yeah, I originally joined to be a corpsman, so I go hang out with Greg.
Yep.
And now here I am.
And here we are. That's right.
Wish I'd stayed as a corpsman.
Well,
You'd be fighting for promotion. You'd probably still be a second class boyo.
You realize how smart I am?
Yeah, I know. You're
Okay.
wicked smart. That's not the
Wicked.
point. They're
wicked, I'd go
smart.
stupid, but whatever.
yeah, wicked smart.
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 But they're Irregardlessly. Their
Irregardlessly.
promotions are. It's not it.
They weren't when I was growing up. It's gotten bad recently.
Mm-hmm. Well, not to get off topic, but the whole military right now is restructuring. The Marine Corps is restructuring hard.
Really?
Yeah, they've already shut down two V-22 squadrons, and they're talking about moving things around, and it's all public knowledge. So I'm not like divulging state secrets or anything.
No, I
It's
got
just
you.
They're trying to stay light and fit and competitive and everything else in this day and age.
Mm.
But
got it. Irregardlessly.
Irregardlessly.
It's going to be the word of the day. We have a word of the day.
That's what we need. No, that's right.
He said it.
It's Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Oh man, we just showed our age.
Sorry. Better than what Pee-wee got caught
with.
Oh, Cowboy Pete or Cowboy shoot.
You mean Lawrence Fishburne?
Lawrence Fishburne, that's right. He was Cowboy Pete on Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Classic. Anyways, so you're talking about Marines, and that Greg was. Greg was.
Yes.
And it clicked over in my head because I got to travel the last time we have talked.
Mm-hmm.
I flew to St. Louis on an airplane out of Parkersburg.
Not on your arms?
No, because man, I couldn't handle.
That's a lot of flapping.
Parkersburg to Beckley. I don't know. You guys know what that is?
I do know where Beckley is.
That's the airport at the top of the mountain, right?
No, that's Jaeger.
That's Jaeger. Beckley is where I depped out of. That's where I went to MEPS and shipped to boot camp from.
Boom. So in Beckley, they're also known for the New River Gorge, which is now a national park.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
So Parkersburg to Beckley, which was all of like 30 minutes in the air. We waited an hour to pick more people up. So we're sitting on this plane. And then from Beckley to Charlotte, from Charlotte to St. Louis. So I went southeast, east to go west, young man. And when I you're welcome. And when I hit St. Louis, I had about it was 12:30. And I had the next morning before I had to get up and pick up this fantastic canteen, by the way, which we can talk about some other time. Very cool.
Sure.
But all this to say, Marine Corps, I got to watch a lot of videos, and I finished Longmire, and then I also finished the last season of Bosch. I don't know if you've watched Bosch yet.
No.
I have.
Bosch is solid.
It's glorious.
Bosch is very good. Greg, you'll dig it. It's Amazon Prime. It's a Hollywood homicide detective. Very good. Very, very good. Bosch. Boschhe. Well, after I finished Bosch, I was like, man, I got it. No E? I was sure there was an E on the end. Okay, Bosch. After I finished that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try and get back into The Expanse. So I finished season 1.
Yep.
And so I jumped right into season 2, and believe me, guys, there's like 3 months in between finishing season 1 and starting season 2. So I was kind of sketchy on all that jazz. But what hit me though in season 2 of the expansion is the utter devotion of the Martian Marines.
Mm-hmm.
The Martian Marine Corps, and they're just like absolute diehard, Marines are Martians all the way, and yada yada yada, and the dust is in our veins, and all this other stuff. And I'm sitting here going, man, these guys are intense. Like this is something. So I know and I recognize that TV and video and movie and everything else, they're always going to go the extreme with some of these things. So, I mean, do you guys experience that stuff in the Corps or in the Navy?
Well, we're both in the Navy, so no.
All right, there it is again.
Irregardlessly of that.
Irregardlessly, that's right.
See how many times we can use this word, and this non-word in a sentence.
We're up to 7.
Yeah, are we? That's
Yes.
Oh,
I've said it 4. Greg has said 3.
Okay.
we're you gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers.
That's right.
Yeah,
I only
sorry.
I only repeat it, so mines don't count.
No, technically it's 8. Sorry. Sorry, Patrick.
It's all right.
So you're asking, so PT, just so we're on the same page. So you're asking if we've seen that kind of mindset, like in
Yeah,
the
like,
in.
Do you experience that kind of just utter devotion to country and to the Corps or to the Navy or to the Navy, right? Like, do you experience that just like, and everybody else could just eat my dust kind of thing? Boo to you.
I was when I first graduated boot camp. I think you're the most motivated when you. Alex can probably say the same. When you first graduate from basic training or boot camp,
Mm-hmm.
I eat, sleep, breathe, Marine Corps, hoorah, kill, yut yut. You know,
Yeah,
I could, yut yut. That is a word in the Marine Corps. Yut.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, that is.
Why
It's
you
actually really, yes, spelled that way, and usually you go yut. That's exactly what it sounds like. I still do that every once in a while.
Okay.
So you kind of go through that initial, like, you go through that initial phase where you're motivated as all get out. You know,
Well,
you can chew glass and all that.
well, you call each other motivators, don't you?
Yes, we do. I say it. I say it to all my Marines. What's going on, motivator?
Yeah.
But it's more of just something to, instead of like having to call them, like, I don't like calling them by their rank all the time. That's me being a staff sergeant, though, because I've been in for 15 years now.
Sure.
And I was also a recruiter, so big dog and motivator and what's up, killer, and all of those phrases kind of come out of my mouth, because that's when I was talking to police and applicants. It was a different.
You raise people up.
That's how I worked as when I was doing that.
He motivates
now
them.
He motivates them, exactly. He's a
prior to that. So let's say like post boot camp, there's a period between like post boot camp and going, through the band, and then in the band I was still motivated, but like really, my hair wasn't this long. Let's put it that way. It was a lot shorter. It was very, very. Yeah, Alex is gonna show off his sweet head of hair right now. Yeah,
Ooh, all right.
yeah. Alex and I are probably about the same there in the length of our hair. But no, so I went through that period. Oh yeah, you got the longer front. I like that. I'm kind of envious there. That looks good. So I went through. You kind of go through. So I think all Marines go through that period. So you go through like the initial, like, I'm motivated as I'll get out. I blouse my jeans and I tuck in my shirt because I'm a Marine. And then you get, some guys will fall off of that and get through, like, they'll get their first enlistment out of the way, and they're like, okay, this isn't for me. I don't want to do this anymore. And they'll leave.
Sure.
And then you get into your second enlistment if you decide to stick it around, and there's still, like, you're still motivated, but it kind of becomes more of a job.
Yeah.
And then it just, like, you love the Marine Corps. You love, for people that stick it out, it's, you're either a masochist you really do genuinely enjoy doing this.
Hmm.
And or you're kind of a combination of the both. You just you take it and you just keep running because this job beats you up. It
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
matter what you do. More than some other, like some jobs more than others. I the guys that are in the infantry, God bless you. God bless what you put up with because I've seen it, and
Really?
I am infinitely in awe of these guys go out every day and every week, and it's like, oh yeah, no, like they're not on deployment. If they're home, it's like, yeah, we're gonna put on a 40-pound ruck and go hike for 15 miles.
Yikes.
Why?
Because that,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Like they've destroyed their bodies. So yeah, so you just kind of, I'm kind of at the point. So yes, I'm still motivated. I There's still many times in my job now for the Marine Corps, what I do as a Marine, where I go into work and I'm just like, I can't believe I get paid to do this. This is incredible. Some of the experiences and things that I get to do. And there are times still like, you get that fire relit. You get reminded of why you raised your hand the first time. Why did you make the commitment to become a Marine and go
Yeah.
through all the challenges? It's usually around November,
Okay.
because that's our birthday.
It's my
Oh,
wife's
right.
birthday.
Yeah,
Oh, your wife's birthday. Okay.
yeah,
That's why all the Marines are like, hoorah.
Yeah. I mean, have you met her?
Yeah.
yeah. So we'll be we're turning 246 this year,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
246 years in the Marine Corps, still doing things and stuff.
Y'all are young.
Yeah, okay. You know why they created the Marines, right? To protect
Oh.
your ships.
Here it goes.
Uh-oh, shots fired.
No, that's why we have
Literal.
a Sea Whiz.
Okay. Now we do.
He says, okay.
You know what sound that thing makes, right?
Yes, I do. Yeah, it's the coolest thing in the world. Whatever was coming at the ship's not coming anymore.
Nope.
It's you watch one in action, PT. It's the coolest thing. It is the coolest thing in the world. Sea Whiz or Google a CRAM.
Okay.
CRAM is the land based. It's the same weapon system, and it is really, really cool.
C
WIS.
CWIS. Okay.
Yeah, it does cool things. It's an anti-missile weapon, and it can shoot at other things, but mainly it's designed to shoot other things out of the sky. Missiles, airplanes,
Everything.
stuff. Yeah. If it's irregardlessly, it will.
Irregardlessly.
Right. There it is. So, but I'll stop talking, Boyle.
What?
What do you got? It's a good question.
There's a good question. Dude,
Thank you.
I've been out for too long, man. I've been out with some stupid people. I forgot one of the things that comes with, being an E6 in the military, right? Because you don't live in Chief's berthing, okay? Because they have their own separate berthing that, Navy Chief, Navy Pride, yeah, whatever.
Hanging out in the goat locker.
Oh, dude, they're all about that.
Goat.
Yeah. El Cid.
El Cid.
Yeah, but irregardlessly, right? So,
Yeah.
Gosh. Oh man, there is an English teacher that I guarantee you there's some English teacher that taught one of us growing up right now that is like cringing and they can't understand why.
It's just funny.
It is a fact. So, I literally had to tell a grown man today that he needed to go do his laundry, take a shower, and change the sheets on his rack.
That sounds about right.
Come on, dude.
A grown man.
Yeah.
Like, I literally had everyone else who lives around him coming to find me or my counterpart and going, dude, you guys gotta talk to him. I was like, we have. Has he not fixed it yet? No. Alright, bet.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a stinky kid. And, oh dear lord. Ooh.
My
But-
first roommate when I was with the band. I think I still have pictures somewhere. That kid was nasty.
Oh, geez.
Nasty. I was on leave. I came back from vacation. And I literally I had gotten home that night, put down my suitcase, went to work the next morning, and the first sergeant happened to go through the rooms. Mind you, we're corporals, E4s in the Marine Corps.
Right.
And I got a phone call and had to go over to headquarters for the first sergeant to chew us a new one because the room was disgusting.
Oh, boy. Yikes.
Because that man did that man, adult.
That man
was-
dialed.
he was at least he was a little older than I was at the time. I think he was 20 or 21. Did not know how to bathe, do laundry. He didn't put sheets on his bed. He slept on the mattress.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah. He had his computer set up in such a way. I'll never forget this. I'll leave it at this. He had his computer set up in such a way. So he'd come home. We'd come home from work. And his computer was basically at the edge of his bed. So if he'd lay on his bed, his computer, if this is his monitor, was right in front of him and his keyboard. And he could pull his keyboard over onto the bed, and he would lay on the bed right in front of his computer. And then just to the left of where his bed was his TV that faced the bed. And so he would just lay there, and he wouldn't move. So, yeah,
That's
Unmotivator.
that was nasty. It's nasty.
think they
I
call
cleaned
it-
that whole room by myself because he was in trouble because his section hadn't memorized their music. So he had to go back to the band hall, and I'd spend the rest of the day cleaning our room. And I took pictures of his side of the room because I I pulled out all of his stuff. I had 4 bags of laundry, and yeah, it was gross. It was nasty. Anyways,
That's pretty bad.
yeah. So I feel you, brother. I understand what you're talking about. Grown men that cannot take care of themselves.
Can't take
And
care
it's-
of himself.
You cannot do the basics like washing your body, your clothes, and brushing your teeth. It's nasty.
It was bad. I got a couple of those. Thankfully, all of them don't live near me.
Hmm.
So the guys in my 6-pack are all senior dudes, and
Nice.
I'm a top rack. So I got all this extra space, and it's wonderful. Right? The only thing that's kind of terrible is we're all the same watch team right now. So that means that when we all have to go somewhere, or when we have to go somewhere, we all have to do it all at the same time. So everyone's
Right.
all trying to get out of the rack at the same time. Everyone's all trying to get dressed at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, not terrible. Not terrible at all.
Bless it.
Yeah, man.
Bless it.
It's good.
Well, that's fun. Thanks, guys, for being open and honest and sharing from your experience
Yeah.
and your hearts. That's good stuff. So, Greg,
Yes.
I do believe
Yes.
It's your turn.
Sweet, I'm ready.
Yes, in fact.
All right. It's
What you got?
it's Greg's rapid fire questions.
Ready.
This is my favorite thing. I love doing this. All right, we're gonna keep it short and sweet. So boys, no more than 5 minutes tops. Okay.
5 minutes. Aye.
5 minutes.
Yep.
Hey.
All right, and so it'll go Patrick, Alex, and then me.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right, 3, 2, 1, begin. First question: favorite meal, breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Oh, breakfast.
Don't normally get deep breakfast, so lunch.
Breakfast. All right. What song will always get you on the dance floor?
The chicken dance.
I don't dance.
YMCA. When you're a kid, did you eat the crust in the sandwich or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Activity that would instantly calm you.
Swimming.
Sleeping.
Running.
I don't run.
There it is. Favorite way, if you could, how would you spend your birthday?
Fishing.
Fishing.
With my family. Fishing.
Oh.
What do you do on your commute to or from work?
Pick my nose.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to books.
Oh.
Mine is either podcast or music. Favorite type of exercise?
Swimming.
Not running.
Mine's swimming as well, PT. Favorite season?
Spring.
Fall.
Summer.
I like pumpkin spice.
What phone app do you guys use the most?
Oh, crap. Facebook.
Candy Crush?
Way to go, Mom.
Mine's probably an even split between Free Cell and TikTok.
Ooh. Free cell.
Yeah, no, I love Free Cell. I have all these games and I play Free Cell the most.
Okay.
I don't really play most anything else. Would you rather cook or order in?
Cook.
Order in.
I'd rather cook. I'd rather eat out. Have you ever disliked something and then changed your mind?
Yes.
Constantly.
Yes.
Patrick had to follow up. What do you got?
No, I was just trying to figure out, like, yes. Yeah.
Absolutely, right? Like there's things you hate, and you're like, oh wait, no, I actually like
I
that
kind of
now.
dig that. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to hate sushi. I love it now.
Oh, I remember that first time
right?
ever, dude.
Watching me throw up all over the plate. Oh, it's a good story. Oh, everyone's laughing, and I'm just dying.
He was done.
Favorite board game?
Oh.
Right?
Oh.
That's a hard one.
Oh. If I gotta pick one, right now, it'd be Ticket to Ride.
Okay.
Monopoly.
No, stop.
Oh gosh. You know what? Chameleon actually is my favorite right now. Yeah, Patrick, you got me. I own my own copy. I'm hooked. How do you take your coffee?
In the morning, bulletproof. Afterwards, black.
Okay.
Black.
Splenda and a little bit of cream.
Oh, Greg.
Oh, poor Greg.
I know, right? I know. I don't like. I'll drink it black. I'll drink it black.
Little bit of Splenda.
But I like that little bit of sweetness. I like that sweet. Do you sleep with a top sheet?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, and I say that because I know people that don't.
No. Now I do untuck the feet.
Same.
Yeah, I always find that I love that one.
I can't sleep with tucked feet.
I can't.
We're
running out of time, Greg.
I know, right? Oh, that's a good question. Do you have any friends you would consider family?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And definitely, John is my brother from another mother, which he actually wants to get on the show sometime, which we might have to do that.
Cool.
We'll make that work.
Hmm.
What was the last thing you read?
The Bible.
Nice.
Rhythms of War by Brandon Sanderson.
I was definitely reading a news article online. And then, last but not least, what is the last TV show you binge watched?
Longmire.
Solar Opposites.
I was binge watching Cowboy Bebop, and that, gentleman, is the end of the 5 minutes of speed questions.
That's good stuff, man. I like those. That's fun.
I enjoy them too because it's fun to hear some of you guys' answers.
I don't run.
I don't. Yeah, no, you don't.
Alex does not run.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I've got a first one right. I think we've said that one.
We've said that one probably. We've said a lot of them.
I know. I think we. Why is the color green notoriously single?
No.
I don't know.
We don't know this.
No.
The color green was notoriously single. It's always so jaded.
How do you deal with a sad astronaut?
Get him out of space.
Take him to the space bar.
You just give them some space.
Oh man. Which state has the most streets?
Most streets?
Most streets.
Which state?
Yeah,
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
I was gonna say New York.
What do you call an anti-vax nanny?
Oh no.
I don't know.
Mrs. Doubt Pfizer.
Yeah.
I know a couple of those. Sundays are always a little sad,
Aw, why?
but the day before is a Saturday.
Okay.
Saturday.
Saturday.
Hey, how do Vikings communicate centuries ago? How did Vikings communicate centuries ago?
They spoke?
With a big yawp.
They used Norse code.
You know, what does Rockin' Robin do when she's bored?
Tweets.
Tweets.
Tweedly-deet. We started a band and called it Books, so no one can judge us by our covers. He faded in and out on that one.
Yeah, I lost my job at the bank on my first day.
How'd you do that?
A woman asked me to check her balance, so I pushed her over.
What's green, fuzzy, has 4 legs, and will kill you if it falls out of a tree?
There's 4 legs. The Grinch?
A pool table.
Oh god. Oh man, that is the same. That is in the same vein as what is brown and sticky.
A stick.
A stick.
What's green, fuzzy, has 4 legs, and will kill you if it fell out of a tree. Well, yeah, no, you're right. I mean, if a pool table just happened to fall out of a tree, you'd be dead.
Depends on where you're standing in relation to the pool table.
Oh, let's not get into the science of their killing.
I'm just saying.
You know, how do you row a canoe filled with puppies?
Roughly.
You bring out the doggy paddle.
Paddle. That's right. Hey, you shouldn't eat more than 239 beans in one sitting.
Why 239?
Well, one more would make you too farty. Full
I don't
time.
think I've heard this one before. What kind of music do chiropractors like?
Ooh. I'm not sure.
Hip hop.
Hip hop. Hip
Hip
hop.
hop.
Hip hop. Hip hop. Pop pop.
Hip Hop Anonymous.
Hip hop anonymous. Irregardlessly.
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 We're up to 14, boys.
To the guy who invented zero, thanks for nothing.
Thanks for nothing. Gentlemen, you should stop looking for the perfect match.
Mm.
Just use a lighter.
I just got called pretty today.
Congratulations.
Thanks. The full statement was you're pretty annoying, but I focus on the positive things.
Oh, poor cantaloupe.
Why don't melons get married? Because they cantaloupe.
Hello.
Speaking of fruit, what did the juicer say to the orange during self-quarantine?
I don't know.
Can't wait to squeeze you.
Oh. Here's my last one. What state has the smallest drink?
Rhode Island.
Minnesota.
Minnesota. My last one. You want to hear a joke about construction?
Sure.
I'm still working on it.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much for hanging out with us on this fantastic episode of Brothers in Arms podcast. This is episode 80. My name is Patrick. That's Greg over there. That's Alex there. And we're three brothers from the same mother and father. And we thank you so much for hanging out with us today, this evening, whatever time you're catching this podcast. You can get this podcast anywhere podcasts are distributed. It seems to be that everybody really likes it on Google Cast. That's an interesting platform that most people are grabbing their podcasts. But you can also find, right. You can be with us live on twitch.tv/brothersinarmspodcast. We send out a tweet saying when we're going to hop on, because with these guys' schedules and all that they got going on, it's very, very hard to nail down a solid date. And it's about to get a little bit harder. But that's for another time. And definitely pray for these guys because they do some pretty heavy stuff. And yeah, I'm honored to be able to spend some time with these guys. So with that being said, you can also catch these back episodes on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel called Brothers in Arms Podcast, all one word. And that's all I got as our kicker. So, Twitter at YourBIA Podcast.
There you go. I was waiting for it. Your BIA podcast.
At YourBIA Podcast. Bingo. All right. So, here comes Oscar. Wow, I haven't seen Oscar yet. You've had Kitty twice. There you go. So, without further ado, irregardlessly, let's wrap it up. What do we got, fellas?
Well, irregardless, you should always drink water, change your socks, take Motrin. Secure all. Fixes everything.
What if you don't wear socks?
Ooh. Well, I don't wear socks going to work, so I guess that, dry your feet.
Dry your feet. Got it.
Dry your feet.
Dry your feet.
Use a towel. Don't forget your towel.
Don't forget your towel. Alex.
His face is priceless.
Frozen.
He's not frozen. Nope. He's blinking.
He's blinking. Oh, he's sending us Morse code.
Give us 2 blinks if you're in danger.
Caterpillars.
Oh,
that was 4.
Send help.
Call Liz. No, don't call Liz.
She's over there watching him.
Oh.
Dun dun dun.
So if you're going to take a shower on a Navy ship, bring your shower shoes.
Amen.
Shower shoes.
Oh, that's, yeah.
Don't touch the wall either.
Mm-hmm.
That's nasty.
Shower shoes.
Shower shoes.
Shower shoes.
Shower shoes. Awesome.
And then dry your feet after you get back.
You right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wear your shower shoes, and then make sure you dry your feet.
My
What you
parting
got, man?
remark: eat good food.
Amen.
Eat it when you can,
Thank you.
and eat it with those that love you.
I
And-
promise to send you all of the hot sauce, boyo.
There
Thank
go.
you.
I got you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. You tell me what kind you want, and I'll send whatever.
Hottest stuff you got.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Burn my tongue off.
Burn it.
That way I can't taste the rest of the food. Because it's so bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Please commiserate with us, irregardlessly. We love you. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic, wonderful time. And if you are that type, please pray for us, especially these two. And we thank you. Thank you very much. God bless you. Have a wonderful night, wonderful day, wonderful time. And we'll catch you next time. Love you guys.
Love you.
Love you too, brother.
Bye.
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 Irregardlessly.
Irregardlessly.
We're at 20. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.